About a week ago, a prologue animation for Shadow Generations dropped, and it's only episode 1 of a 3-part series, but from this episode I want to see what we can learn about the story for Shadow Generations. We don't know a lot about the story yet. All we really know for sure is that the Time Eater and Black Doom are both involved. Whether the Time Eater brought back Black Doom or he somehow returned by himself is unknown, but we do get a hint for it in this animation, so I just want to go through it and talk about some lore that might be hidden. Most of the episode doesn't give us anything crazy since we already knew Emerald was involved with Shadow somehow from Sonic Battle. But the fact that they brought him back, I was expecting him to mainly be important in this show, but he only really shows up for 1 minute before the scene transferring to something else entirely. That makes me think he could show up in Shadow Generations somehow, because I don't think they'd bring him back just for this. It's such a small and random part if he's not important later. He could just be important later on in the show, but I still think it would be weird to bring him back if they're not going to put him in the game. So I think we could get him as a boss fight for one of the levels, similar to how Mephiles and Metal Overlord are working. Before he fights Emerald, you can see his memories kind of getting distorted, and later you see why. It's because nothing that's happening right now is actually new. It's all just him remembering and having a vision or a flashback. We don't really know, but what we do know is that after this nightmare and all these memories, he wakes up and he says that it wasn't just a nightmare. There was something else going on, and that's why he thinks, is Black Doom alive? This makes me think that he wasn't revived by the Time Eater, because it would be kind of weird to have him bring him up if he was dead and the only reason he's back is because of him. How is Black Doom still alive? I'm not sure, but we're probably going to find out either in the next episode or sometime in the game. There's not a lot else to say besides that, but it is really cool that we get to see the moon actually blown up. We haven't gotten to see it like this since Sonic Adventure 2, and I've always wondered why, especially with games like Frontiers that love to bring back old stuff. It would make perfect sense, but we do get to see it here. It looks really cool. I hope they keep this design or at least show it once in a while. I know it's really weird to bring up the moon as a highlight, but it's just really cool to see that piece of continuity that's been thrown out the window since Sonic Adventure 2. After Shadow looks at the Ark and runs into the distance, the credits roll, so we're probably going to see him go into the Ark in the next episode, and if we're judging by the trailer, he's probably going to go with Rouge and Omega. Maybe here we'll get to see more Emerald, or maybe he's not going to show up again until the game, but we'll wait and see. But no matter what happens, it's just really cool to see all this stuff happening, to see a little bit of the lore, and even though we're not sure about anything yet, it's pretty interesting.